Hey, this is the World Advice Channel 2. What I want to talk about today is the topic of the problem with women. So, for this series, where I discuss the problem with both genders, women and men, when it comes to the behavior they have specifically related to relationships, the point of this series is to confront the issues both genders do, which is contributing to why men and women are starting to hate each other nowadays, the gender wars that are going on, and as a result is causing a problem where men and women are not really dating anymore. So for this video series, I hope to find a way to solve the problem by confronting both um genders when it comes to the issues that they have, so they can start fixing the problems that they have, so we can help end this gender war that's been going on for quite a few years for good. Okay, so now I mentioned that, let's get started. So when it comes to the problem with women, okay, the first of the 2 points I want to get across, okay, when it comes to the problem with women, to be quite blunt and honest with you, in relationships and stuff, is that it is simply down to the fact that women, when it comes to relationships, specifically the things that they expect you to do in relationships, some of the stuff that they do is just simply unreasonable. Okay, because the thing about women I've noticed in relationships, okay, is that they get away with so much shit. Okay, like, it is actually ridiculous for that matter. Okay, like that, like, when you are dating them, you have to pay for everything. When they are shopping, you literally sometimes have to wait hours. We're not even talking about 1 or 2 hours, we're talking about 3, 4, 5 hours in some cases, and it's expected to be normal, for you to put up with that, let alone the times that they just simply snap at you for no real reason, whether over something small, or for something that didn't even happen and you're expected to take it. They get away with a lot of crap in relationships, okay? But specifically for my first point, which is what I was getting at before, when it comes to behavior, in relationships for that matter, like the things that they, when it comes to dating, like the things that when you do things with them for dating, okay, when you're dating one, that behavior needs to stop, okay? Because when men obviously are doing all this stuff for dating, okay, to be quite honest with you, why should somebody put up with that crap, okay, to put it bluntly, okay? Why should somebody, when you're going to a place, okay, have to pay for everything? I know people may always make the argument, well, you're the man, you're supposed to do all that stuff, but in the, you're the stronger one of the two, and blah 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 blah, and you're the one who kind of asked her out. But I just kind of don't see the purpose in it anymore, because all it really does is just, kind of cause problems, because it just doesn't make any sense, because at the end of the day, you're also the one who accepted it. Why should a man have to pay for everything when you're going on a date every single time? Because at the end of the day, all it does is it just makes it easier for her to take it, for her, if she's a gold digger, to obviously take advantage of you. If someone's not a gold digger, they're gonna stay. So saying, oh, just pay for everything, is just such a stupid thing to say, and it's really antiquated, because all it really does is that it just makes it easier for women who are shitty to get away with shit, and you wouldn't really notice it. And no, I'm not saying the majority of women are like this, because I know every time, especially in this modern world we live in, you always have to clarify every single time the majority of people of this group or that group are not like this. So I'm just making it clear, I'm not saying the majority of women are like this, but I'm just saying that a lot of them in relationships really do misbehave, okay? And when it comes to this first main point, it is definitely true. It's exhausting, to say I'm going to pay for everything, because the point of a relationship is for you to get to know each other and all that type of stuff. Why should one person have to pay for everything? Let alone the other issue that also comes up is, of course, the shopping, like, like you literally have to wait for them for hours, um, shopping. Now, this one is something that I know every guy says, oh, it happens and this and that, but I don't think it's really necessary to put up with that because some of these women, and I'm not even joking, you will, if you're lucky, have to wait 3 hours minimum, if not longer, for them when they're shopping, okay? And I'm not even making this up. This is actually what I heard, specifically if you're dating like a really attractive woman or even a woman who's slightly above attractive. They make you do these sorts of things and it's exhausting, because why should a guy have to put up with that type of stuff though, and that type of behavior? And when you have to do the other thing, and this is what I've heard a lot of people say, like you're a guy, maybe you just have to take a stop at a store just to do something, they complain about it. Even if it's for like 30 minutes, an hour, the woman gets angry and says, oh, why is he taking so damn long and this and that, and they sometimes might even call you and flip the fuck out saying, why are you taking so long? But I have to wait for you for 3 to 5 hours. Like, what the hell does that have to do with anything, when it comes to dealing with a relationship? Why should a guy have to put up with so much shit, but when a woman has to do the opposite, she can't put up with, it's somehow unacceptable. It's so stupid, okay? To be quite blunt and honest with you, okay? So I just want to make that clear, The first main point to get across is that when it comes to relationships, the behavior of both sides should be more fair. Putting up with all this type of stuff, it's just stupid, specifically when women complain that, oh, why, when you are super nice anyway, that, oh, you're a nice guy, but I'm not into nice guys. So it's like, what exactly do you fucking want? To be quite blunt and honest with you, like on one hand, in relationships, you're complaining, that, oh, you're not being yourself, you're being too nice, and, and it's just kind of boring, blah, 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 blah. But with the first point I showed, you're expecting me to put up with all that crap. So what exactly do you want? And that's the first point I want to get across. The second point when it comes to the problem with women is those random effing fucking flare-ups, okay? And as I said before, I'm saying this because I want the best for the world, for both genders of people, since obviously human species is made up of both genders. So I want the best for both genders, because I want the best for humanity in general. So I'm just saying this because I think things definitely need to improve. And when it comes to the second one, this one's also very true, and it's also goddamn annoying. Is the freaking random flare-ups, which is when you deal with a relationship, which I know a lot of men, especially if you have a lot of men, who are friends and stuff like that, and they have women too, they'll always tell you that, just remember, it doesn't matter what you did wrong. Sometimes a woman will flip out on you even if you didn't do anything wrong, in a relationship. And they warn guys about that, which I think is unnecessary, because at the end of the day, I'm going to keep it real though. Just because you're a woman and you're obviously more emotionally sensitive than men, it doesn't give you the right to just flip the fuck out on someone for no reason, okay? You are supposed to give someone a warning. All you have to do is just simply tell them, I'm not in the mood. It doesn't take an extreme amount of willpower or this and that to do that. Just tell them, I'm not in the mood, I just want to be by myself. How hard is that? Okay, to be quite blunt and honest with you. And that's the honest fucking truth here, to be honest with you. So that's exactly what I'm trying to get across here, okay? To be quite blunt and honest with you, okay? These flare-ups, these emotional flare-ups where they just flare up on you for no reason, you didn't do anything wrong, it's wrong, it's unnecessary. Some people say, well, it's done to chemical reactions in the brain, and that's bullshit. Let alone the times when they just flip the fuck out on you, and and it's because you said something to them, or maybe you're talking about a topic they might not be comfortable with, but you were talking about it for anywhere from days to weeks, and they never even made it clear, okay, I'm not comfortable with this topic. Maybe we shouldn't talk about this topic. But they don't tell you and they just wait till they get emotional to flip the fuck out on you. That's so goddamn stupid and annoying. And a lot of women do these things, you know? And this is why a lot of men are sick and tired of being around women because of this type of behavior that a lot of women have. Okay? And don't get it twisted. A lot of guys do some stupid stuff too, but a lot of this behavior, you know, that women do too is absolutely unacceptable and it's irritating and just straight up annoying, to be quite blunt and honest with you, okay? And I'm not going to hide my words. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm going to say the truth. So in short, for this video, with the 2 points I gave you, that you, if you made it to this level, you have heard, okay? The truth of the matter is women need to do better when it comes to relationships, okay? Because a lot of this behavior is unacceptable and it's just straight up annoying and irritating. And if women can stop doing this type of behavior, just like, you know, like men, there's behaviors that they do that they definitely can stop, we will be on the verge of ending this gender war, okay? And that is the truth. So anyway, this is my video. This is all I have to say. Just remember, if you like this video, thumbs this video up and hit the subscribe button, and that is simply it. And simply put, I'm out. So bye.